All right, it's me again, Sebastian, host of Ninth Island Connection, your weekly lifestyle resource for all things Vegas. If you're not already, give us a subscribe, like this video, check out the description below so that you can see how you can watch our television show wherever you are. We're on across the entire state of Hawaii, Southern California, Yuma, Arizona, right here in our hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada. We're also available for streaming through the Hey Vegas app that you can download on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. So you know what? No excuses for not watching our show. So you can tell by the thumb that you clicked on, it's time for another Vegas update. In this video, we're going to bring you part one of our two-part spring update. This video right here is going to cover both March and April 2023, both of which are packed with exciting events. If you're looking for an update on a specific weekend in March or April, be sure to tune in every Wednesday for our weekly Vegas update. If you can't catch us live, be sure to watch the replay. So let's start with weather. Early spring in Vegas is weird. I mean, you can have beautiful pool days and then another day can feel like you're back in winter. The average temperature swing is huge. You can be in the low 70s during the day and then you can be in the 40s at night, and that's just in March. And you know what? You feel that 30-degree temperature drop once the sun starts going down. It's almost immediate. In April, it tends to warm up a little bit into the low mid 80s, but you still have that 30-degree temperature drop at night. These are the months that you definitely want to pay close attention to the forecast because it changes every single day. You also want to be aware of the clothes that you're packing for daytime and nighttime activities. Keep in mind, sun versus shade, wind versus no wind is going to have a huge impact on the temperature and how you feel. And you know what? If you guys suffer from allergies, be warned. The air quality due to pollen and dust in the spring is tough, especially on those of you that have allergies. Even if you don't take medication, typically throughout the year, you're going to be impacted here in Vegas. So let's talk about a couple of new things coming in March. You have the Disney Experience and the Punk Rock Museum. They're both set to open in March. Now, March does tend to get a little bit busier, which is why you're watching this video, right? Especially for March Madness and, of course, St. Paddy's Day. On the Strip, St. Paddy's Day action can be found down at the Link Promenade, down at the Brooklyn Bridge area outside of New York, New York. But you know what? Fremont Street Experience is where the big celebration is happening. That's going to be March 16th through the 19th. And in March, pools start to open up. Be aware, though, it depends on the weather. Now for construction. Tropicana, which is what they're calling the major road construction project on I-15 Tropicana Interchange, will continue to be worked on throughout the spring and will have a tremendous impact on traffic in that area, so avoid it if you can. The construction throughout many of the Caesars properties seems to be almost done, including Caesars Palace, where we're just waiting on a couple of new restaurants. At Harrah's, they've opened the high-limit slots next to the sportsbook, but we're still waiting for that new lounge where the old high-limit area was. The Link has finally finished their floors. We just shared an update on that. Flamingo still has a construction that's been happening for years where the buffet used to be. What's going on there? That doesn't seem to be anything but an empty space at this point. Now, rumor has it that they're next on the list for a food hall. So is that where it's going to be? Now, the Flamingos went away last fall and they're still gone. Hopefully they're going to be returning soon. Horseshoe finally has their signage up on the front of the resort tower. However, the Jubilee Tower still hasn't been touched. Although there's still a lot to be done in that transition, we're waiting. Again, Blake Shelton's 4-story Old Red is going to be going up right on the corner of Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. That's going to be a 4-story building. Right across from there is going to be the 3-story Bottled Blonde. Harris seems to be done with all of their construction, but the buffet, just like Flamingo, is just an empty space over there by Martha Stewart's. So I wonder what they're going to do with that space there. Planet Hollywood itself has not undergone any construction, nothing at all. But the Miracle Mile shops are wrapping up with their work inside. Outside, however, is still a mess. They haven't touched the outside. And there's no news yet on what's happening with the closed down PBR bar. That's the one, very popular, that we were told, that they were told, just didn't fit with Caesars Entertainment and Planet Hollywood. So who knows what's going on there? Kind of seems like it's personal. Construction is still happening on the future mall coming up by Aria right across the street, and where the Hawaiian Marketplace used to be is undergoing construction as well. If you saw our Driving Las Vegas Boulevard video that we recently posted, you would have seen the progress coming up on the Fontaine Blue. That has been, it seems like 100 years that's been under construction, but you know what? It's moving along. That's still set to open in the fall. All other fall projects, including the Formula One and Sphere, are coming right along on target. A little side note here is just to call out how when this city gets a project in mind, when they announce something, they get it done. Here are your residencies for March. Starting out with Resorts World Las Vegas, which if you haven't been there, it's an amazing property. If you're not going there for anything at all, you've got some time, go check it out. You've got David Blaine, Luke Bryan, and Katy Perry, various dates throughout the month. Over at the Dolby Theater at Park MGM, which again, Park MGM is 100% non-smoking. You've got Usher, various dates throughout the month. Also has dates for after parties happening there too. You've got Maroon 5. They're also performing various dates throughout March over at the Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood, which, you know what? I really like the property at Planet Hollywood for events. It's such a cool little spot. There's not a bad seat in the house. Miranda Lambert, Keith Urban, various dates throughout the month. Over at the Venetian, you've got Chicago and Foreigner coming in, various dates throughout the month. Caesars Coliseum, you've got Adele. But you know what? Make sure you check your tickets because she will cancel like same day, an hour before that show's supposed to go on. But right now, she's scheduled throughout the month of March. You're going to want to make sure that you check the dates on the website for your event before you come to Vegas, because stuff gets canceled up to an hour before showtime. Now let's talk about concerts coming up in March. The big one is going to be Taylor Swift, old T-Swift, coming in March 24th and 25th. Now make sure you check their website for information on what is allowed in the stadium. T-Mobile Arena, you've got the Calabash Festival coming up. That's a reggae festival on March 17th. Stevie Nicks on March 18th. Depeche Mode, who I love, is going to be there on March 30th. They recently added a second show for December. That's because the March show sold so great. On March 3rd through the 5th, you've got Widespread Panic at Virgin. Over at MGM Grand on March 10th, we've got Aaron Kwok. We've got The Guess Who on March 7th at Golden Nugget. March 17th, going back to Virgin, you've got Riley Green. Wiz Khalifa is going to be at Dre's. That's going to be on March 18th. Bonnie Raitt is going to be performing at the Grand Canal Shops over at the Venetian on March 18th. That's going to be interesting. We might have to go check that one out. Queensryche, also on March 18th, is going to be at the Cannery in North Las Vegas. Michael Bolton is coming to town. He's going to be at the Palms, which is an absolutely beautiful property. If you haven't been, check him out. That's going to be on March 9th. Even if you're not going to see old Michael Bolton, check out the Palms. Jimmy Buffett's going to be at the MGM Grand on March 11th. That's always a crazy fun show. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons is going to be over at the Westgate on March 11th, which is a nice little property. Too bad where it's located, but it's a nice little property. Go check them out. Jane's Addiction, who I love, is going to be over at the Cosmopolitan on March 12th. You've got Ludacris over at Zouk at Resorts World Las Vegas on March 18th, which is an awesome property. You guys always hear me say this. Resorts World Las Vegas is beautiful. Definitely worth checking out, doing some eating, some gambling, and some drinking. It's really a fun time. Jack Harlow is going to be over at Zouk as well at Resorts World Las Vegas on March 18th, and then coming back on the 27th at the end of the month. Barry Manilow, he's going to be stopping by the Westgate on March 23rd. Rick Springfield is going to be at the Strat on March 24th, which the Strat is actually a really nice property as well. Too bad where it's located, but you know what? That part of the strip is really building up. So check it out if you can. Even if you're not going to see Rick Springfield, stop by the Strat and check it out. John Mellencamp is going to be at the Wynn on March 24th and 25th. You've got George Thorogood at the Palms that's going to be on March 25th. Closing out the month, you've got Jay Leno at the Wynn on March 31st. Let's roll into sports. We're going to start with the Vegas Golden Knights. They're going to be in town March 1st, 3rd, 5th, 16th, 19th, and 28th. I'll tell you what, even if you're not a hockey fan, this is worth checking out. They do a procession from outside New York, that goes right into T-Mobile Arena. Totally worth checking out. It's so Vegas and sports, you have to see it. NASCAR Parade is going to be on March 2nd. That's at 6 p.m. and that's going to start outside of the Luxor. This is going to kick off the official NASCAR weekend here in Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. March 24th, you've got WWE Friday Night SmackDown coming to the MGM Grand. MGM Grand was built for sports. You know what? There's so much food, music, entertainment, gambling, so much at MGM Grand. Even if you're not going for the SmackDown, it's totally worth just popping in and checking out. Boxing, we're heading back to MGM Grand on March 25th. That's going to be Benavidez versus Plant. Now, Mike Tyson built MGM Grand on boxing. You got to get down there at least one point in your life to check out a boxing match at MGM Grand. Let's talk about March events and conferences. These are some big ones. You have the Crossroads Las Vegas Gun Show that's going to be happening at the Convention Center on March 11th and 12th. Mind you, when there are conventions in town, it's extra busy regardless of the day of the week. Muscle Cars at the Strip, that's going to be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, March 17th through 19th. March 20th through 22nd, you've got Attitude Intimates Lingerie Show happening at Paris. Of course this is going to happen at Paris, right? It's so sexy. March 25th through 26th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. out at Craig Ranch. This is going to be the largest pirate and fantasy Renaissance festival. Huge. Get on out there and check it out. Craig Ranch is in North Las Vegas, so it's a little bit from the Strip, but you know what? There's great food, there's great stuff to see between the Strip and Craig Ranch. Let's talk funny. Here are some comedians that are going to be in Vegas during the month of March. March 9th, you've got Adam Carolla That's going to be over at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club, which is in the Link Promenade. A really great venue. Been there a few times. Love the bar, love the atmosphere, really great feel. This is going to continue with just a various lineup of comedians over at Jimmy Kimmel's. So if you're not going to be here March 9th, check out their website. There's tons of comedians coming in. You're going to love it. On the 24th, over at the Mirage, which is kind of the Hard Rock, well, officially on paper, the Hard Rock, but everything is still Mirage, you're going to have Daniel Tosh. Cat Williams is going to be over at the Thomas and Mack Center on the 25th. He is hilarious. I love Cat Williams. On the 26th, you're going to have Mean Girls over at the Smith Center. On March 31st, you've got America's Got Talent happening at the Luxor, which, if you haven't been to the Luxor for a while, check it out. It's a pretty cool place. If you're looking for pickleball, the Plaza is the place to be. All right, guys, that's it for March. Let's get into April. Now, similar to March, you're going to have some of the same residencies in April as you do have in March. You've got Usher and Maroon 5 at the Dolby Theater at Park MGM. Keep in mind, Park MGM is 100% non-smoking. But the Dolby Theater is an awesome theater. Been there several times for various shows. It's a great venue for music. Katy Perry is going to continue her performance at Resorts World Las Vegas. Miranda Lambert, she's going to continue her residency over at the Zappos Theater at Planet Hollywood. This is going to be various dates throughout the month. Barry Manilow is coming back to the Westgate, various dates throughout the month through the end of April. Foreigner is back at the Venetian at the beginning of April. Sting is coming back to Caesars Coliseum at the beginning of April. Let's get into the concerts, and there's a lot. April 1st, you've got Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're coming back to Allegiant Stadium. April 1st, you've got Steve Aoki over at Omnia Nightclub. 4/7, New Edition is going to be over at T-Mobile Arena. You're going to catch me over there. April 8th, you've got Muse at T-Mobile Arena. T-Mobile is a great venue for concerts. April 8th, you've got the first ever concert, ever, guys, happening at Hoover Dam. That's going to be Billy Idol. Only 250 tickets are available for this event. It's probably already sold out. 4/14, you've got Smokey Robinson over at the Venetian. April 18, you've got the Righteous Brothers heading over to South Point Casino. South Point Casino is interesting because that's on Las Vegas Boulevard. And you know what? They've got tons of Pai Gow tables. April 22nd, you've got Scotty McCreery over at Sunset Station. Iggy Pop is going to be popping up. I know, it's cheesy. He's going to be over at the Palms on April 29th. Elle King, Rob Schneider's daughter, is going to be over at the Westgate on April 29th. Of course, everybody knows that Vegas is known for conventions. Let's talk about conventions and events happening in April. April 1st, you've got the Great Vegas Festival of Beer. And you know what? Vegas is already a festival of beer. This is just more beer, so get on down here. April 14th through 16th, you've got that NHRA 4 Wide Nationals happening over at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. On April 22nd, you've got the Anime Las Vegas at the World Market Center. Funky building near the World Market Center. Check it out. Event Tech Live Las Vegas is going to be on April 25th. That's also at the World Market Center. Another opportunity for you to check out the funky building that's near the World Market Center. April 27th through the 30th, you've got Viva Las Vegas, the Rockabilly Weekend happening. Expected to be very busy in town. And you know what? The weather's going to be great. Las Vegas Comic-Con is coming to town April 28th through the 30th. On the 29th, you've got the Las Vegas City of Lights Jazz and R&B Festival. That's going to be a great event as well. Time to get funny. Let's talk about comedy in April. These are just some bigger names that are happening here in Vegas. There are tons of great local comics that perform all over town throughout the entire year. So I would recommend checking out some of the local performances that are largely going to be off strip, but you know what? You're going to see some great talent. With that, let's talk about the headliners coming to town in April. You've got Jerry Seinfeld, that's going to be over at the Coliseum at Caesars, April 14th and 15th. If you're not going to be here during that time and you love Seinfeld, don't worry, he's going to be back in June and July. April 14th, you've got Ray Romano and Brian Reagan over at the Mirage. It still says the Mirage on the building. I know as of December 2022, it's officially Hard Rock, but everything is still Mirage. David Spade and Nikki Glazer, they're teaming up for performances over at the Venetian, April 28th, 29th. Again, if you're not here during that time, they're going to be back June 30th, July 1st, and then they're coming back September 29th and 30th, and then again November 17th and 18th. As far as sports, I'm telling you, you cannot come to Vegas and not see a hockey game. It's such a great event, and you know what? Tickets are relatively inexpensive for the experience over at T-Mobile Arena. They're going to be in town April 1st, 6th, and 11th. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this update for spring, March, and April 2023. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys so much. Comment below. Let us know what you guys are excited for in coming back to Vegas. Like us on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok, on Facebook. We're on Twitter. On Twitter, we're 9th Island TV. Like and subscribe to our channel. Check out the description below so that you can see how you can watch our television show wherever you are. We're on across all of Southern California, the entire state of Hawaii, here in Vegas, Yuma, Arizona, and we are available for streaming via the Hey Vegas app. Download that app on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. You will not be disappointed. We do a television show about Las Vegas, which is why you're watching this video right now, because you love Vegas. So be sure and check us out. As always, it is Vegas. So in Vegas, something is getting canceled every day and something is being announced every day. So be sure to check out your event before you get here. If you're new to our channel, take some time to look around. We post new content every Monday, every Friday, and we go live every Wednesday between noon and 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Vegas time. If you want to know about anything specific on our live on Wednesday, be sure to message us on our Instagram, email us through our website, and we'll be sure to talk about what you're looking for when we go live on Wednesdays. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Hours a day, 7 days a week, in a city that never sleeps, 9th Island Connection will take you there. You won't want to miss a beat as we give you a sneak peek inside the biggest, best, and most outrageous hotspots, both on and off the strip. Be sure to tune in to 9th Island Connection with Sebastian Rodriguez every week. Great people, great stories, great connections, only on 9th Island Connection.